Yeah, I don't have a big blab to start with for a change. But there was this quote by Anne Lamott that I just love. I just love. And this again, it isn't a verbatim thing, but it's pretty close. Healing the heart is like healing a broken bone. You adapt, you heal, you learn to dance with a limp. I just think that's you heal, and not just to in a sort of any bitter way, or it becomes, the healing then becomes a kind of grace, and we can't let the broken parts of us keep us from learning how to find joy. It doesn't say you dance with a limp, yippee, but it says you learn to dance with a limp. I just feel like in so many ways that's the best part of me has found a way to not only be able to express whatever it is, but that the limping dance is in some ways better than the professional thing. There's when we bring our true selves to the artistic whatever, or artistic or any other endeavor, it's a given that we're all in some ways we're all broken. We've all broken the bone, maybe many bones, but we adapt, we heal, we learn to dance with the limp. I don't know, that's our starting point. This is a different tarot deck. It's not traditional Rider-Waite. We'll be clarifying with that. I think it's called the Night Goddess, and I love it. It's a beautiful deck. So here we go. Here we go. Okay. Tell us about our dancing with the limp. 5 of Cups. That's a card of sort of emotional loss or grief or regret, trying to move on from something that you've lost. In Cups energy, it would suggest in terms of something you care about, something you love, something you felt connected to. So that's sort of like the bone breaking, I think. Let's see. 6 of Pentacles. That's reciprocal energy, that's balance. That's something different than 5 of Cups. The only sort of potential dubious connotations to this card, and I just don't see it here, is when you're splitting your resources between two things. You're having to, kind of divvy things up. Nothing here really suggests that. It's just abundance. It's abundant. That's a beautiful card. 6 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles. Let's see. The Nymph of Swords, that's the Page of Swords. That can be a message, a fairly small message, but it can also be needing to get more information about something, a kind of query, a question. It's a useful energy. Youthful, maybe useful too. It's a card of the student. Learning something. Well, if you can go from Five of Cups, this sort of sadness, to a kind of grounded, balanced, reciprocal energy, that is something you need to study on. And perhaps have. Because you're in Six of Pentacles energy. Two of Swords. This is the decision, the crossroads, the need to decide. And in here, in this one, it's depicted as all the characters in this deck, I'm pretty sure, are women. Night goddess, it's about the feminine stuff. But same genders. But this means, well, I look at this and I see her almost like a, a Han Solo, whoever it was, that light sword kind of affair. The one that makes the noise. Wow, wow, wow. It's almost as if she's clearing a path. And like the traditional Rider-Waite, she's blindfolded. So that ninja idea is very strong in this for me. You don't even need to be able to see with your eyeballs. You can see it with your, doesn't he say something like that? Luke, see it with your inner eye or something. Well, there you go. So it's a decision that's being made, certainly not based on, I'm just looking at her beautiful skirt. It almost looked like there was writing on it. But yeah, there's almost something about, that sort of apprenticeship. I don't know my Obi-Wan Kenobi and all of that so well, but I think that this is sort of, like I said before, Nymph of Swords, the student. This is sort of like the student in practice. There's some other martial art where you have it just strikes me as that. Six of Cups, another 6 card. The imagery on this is a little weird too, but she's facing away from us, she's in the water, and she herself, it seems to me, is in bloom. There are all these lilies all around her. And Six of Cups is a card of equal balanced relationship. Six of Pentacles might be explained more like it's an equal balance of resources. It's an equal balance of 3D care. But Six of Cups is like reciprocal love, balanced love. So I'd almost say this character is like feeling their way kind of energetically toward the answer. Because it's a query. It's a card of Nymph of Swords. Page of Swords is a kind of like the question, what's the answer? And this is how you find the answer. I feel like I may be belaboring this a little bit, but it's an interesting reading that's coming through. Spirit of Cups. I believe this is the Spirit of Cups, but it's the equivalent of the King of Cups. Pretty sure. It's a very high-vibing cup energy. It's sort of like the best expression of connectivity and love in the world. On this plane, if you want to look at it that way. And so if you're doing something like this, with somebody like this, any of us, this would be a treat. This would be to be loved and loved well. Six of Cups can be a card of return, of soulmate energy. This could almost be like, how do I find that and soulmate, I just mean like reciprocal love where somebody has your back, they understand you. We know it, those people we kind of vibe that way with, and vibe, I mean, it's sort of a trigger word, but I'm just looking at her because she's pouring her cup into this larger cup. He, she, they. It's a woman on the card. And there's a kind of eel wrapping around her feet. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, water sign. In that energy, in that cup's energy of the Six of Cups. This can also be the Page of Swords, Nymph of Swords, is kind of like learning to identify something. See, she's got the thing in her hand and the sword by her side. And it's kind of like on the basis of what you know, how do you identify the balanced reciprocal thing? Particularly if you're coming from a place of hurt or regret or loss or grief. Whatever Five of Cups is, it's sort of like you're in it on your own. And it's hard. But there's a big suggestion here that you're not on your own. You're not. Death. I like this depiction too, because you can see right through to the other side. Break on through to the other side, as the Doors famously said. And the other side isn't necessarily, crossing over that ultimate other side. There are a lot of sort of little deaths along the way. There are a lot of transformations, endings and new beginnings. I mean, when is that not the case? Moment to moment, even. So I was just called to flip this. I'm going to just push these up a little bit so I have room. Just keep going. So death comes under the Two of Swords. This feeling your way decision, this sort of, the guy with the, I wish I could remember what they're called, light sword. It also reminds me of that blind man's cane. She's blindfolded. And she's got a white wand that looks like she's sweeping in front of her. How she finds her way. Break on through to the other side. Okay. Four of Swords. That card of healing. That card of taking a time out from a mental stress. It's a mental stress, but it's it's Three of Swords you. It's hurt you in some way. You're kind of healing from that heartbreak. And she's dressed in all this warm, almost looks like a Russian, Cossack or something. She's got or white Russian, she's got the hat and the big coat and everything. But if you notice she's in a landscape that's in bloom. Swords can be a cold energy. They can be, analytical and slightly removed. But, she's in a place that is that is springtime. She's walking through a landscape that's renewed. And, so there's life all around her. Yeah, this is Emperor. I was trying to see, is it Empress or Emperor? It's Emperor, depicted as a woman. And again, this is a really good example of genders. To identify too much with the gender is to misread it. But the Emperor is somebody who takes control. And I like to point out that the Emperor is a major arcana number 4, and this is number 4 as well. And those kind of little breadcrumbs that you follow in a reading make a difference. So right off the bat, it looks to me like the divine masculine is healing and transforming. There's been a transformation for sure. A decision. Like turning toward love. And I feel like I say that a lot in these readings, and it's like, sure, turning toward love. There are a lot of tarot cards that have nothing to do with that speak much more to, other areas of life. But there is a prevailing message in these readings that, the monarch is the ruler. Who rules? Love rules. There's something like that. Love rules. King of Cups. Love rules. Or at least we're learning about that. We're studying on that. We're students of that. And what was the first card at? The Lost card. That's learning how to dance with a broken leg. You learn, card of learning. You learn how to dance, in real life. 6 of Pentacles. In an even balance, you regain your balance. Anyways, yeah. So you can make a decision, to sort of enter in to this loving exchange, soulmate energy, your peeps, in the highest expression of that. And I think this is King of Swords, Spirit of Cups, the equivalent, which would be the masculine energy. I like this in that it bounces you right back to the energy. This is somebody who feels very deeply. Very deeply. And so, there's an element of them trying to hold it in check, he, she, they. But there's good stuff. The dynamic is not crappy or trickstery, or it doesn't look troubled. And what I like is that out of the loss, out of the broken ankle, comes the most beautiful dance. This whole thing is about how do you come up from this, from feeling bereft. And the flowers are on here too, which I think is sort of interesting. It doesn't look bereft at all. In traditional Rider-Waite, there's a figure, a cloaked figure, leaning down over these 3 spilt cups. 2 are upright behind, but the real focus is on the spilled ones. In this one, there's, the 2 cups are not behind. They're right in the forefront in the form of these beautiful marigolds or whatever they are. Okay. And we've got, that's, the Queen of Cups. And here it's called Queen. So the match for the Spirit of Cups in the feminine expression, which is sort of like the caregiver, I'm trying to think of the expression is unconditional love. You know, and right here, King of Cups. So you have a match pair, and the High Priestess. High Priestess is an interesting card to sort of, because it can mean a lot of things, but it's somebody who doesn't need to see it. She kind of sees it internally, and she doesn't need to say it. She says it internally. She doesn't blab it. She doesn't try to translate her kind of vision, which is, you know, she channels stuff. And usually, or often, the High Priestess is depicted with this sort of big crown-like thing on over her crown chakra, a kind of connection to the divine. Here she has antlers on her head, which makes me think of, you know, just the sort of pagan earth energy, almost like totem animal stuff. And she has the crescent moon. She's high intuition. She operates on intuition. And that's sort of her, you know, if she's speaking at all, it's through your intuition. It's sort of something that activates that energy in you. So you want to listen to High Priestess, go into your place where it doesn't come through words. She doesn't talk. Let's start with death and go back around. What's the transformation spirit say? Somebody, because there's so many names for sort of that thing that we keep, whoa, oh my God, really? Death, clarifying death. I mean, that doesn't happen. It's just a different deck, and they're, you know, unbelievable. So again, that's kind of like transformation, the ending, implicit new beginning is clarified by just that. I mean, it's, let's just keep going, because I don't even know how to, you know, I tend to say it's doubling down on the message, and I think that's true. It's transformation squared, however you want to look at it. So 4 of Swords, please, Spirit. Oh yeah, that was the word for the divine, or whatever you want to call it. Somebody said it's just sacred presence, and I kind of like that because it's here with us all the time. Magician. You know, this is being able to manifest, to bring into our presence, we'll talk about sacred presence, to be able to have the powers, to be able to work the elements, to bring things into manifestation, where they're here. They're made manifest. And it's on 4 of Swords, the healing energy. So this, whatever this double transformation is, and it may be 2 of you, because here we have the King and the Queen of Cups, right? Or Queen and Spirit of Cups, this match. And then 2 cards of transformation, one right on top of the other. I mean, it's pretty powerful to be able to manifest a healing. But I think you have. I think both of you have, whoever the two sides are. Tell me about the Emperor, sorry. In this deck called the Monarch. Depicted with a bunch of monarch butterflies. I'm just noticing butterflies. I thought there might be a flipper, but no. Oh, well, I peeked, so I have to see it. End of the cycle. End of a painful cycle. Clarifying monarch, emperor. You know, this is the energy of the individual that kind of runs the show. Heavy is the crown, whatever. And this sort of reminds me a little bit, because this card can be a card of betrayal, and it kind of looked to me like when they all ganged up and stabbed Caesar. All of them. In a kind of coup d'etat, you know, and that's on Monarch. But it's the end of some kind of, lethal sword energy, which, you know, again, is about what you think, what you say, what you understand. Yeah, we just got to keep going, and it's interesting. It's got double death, double down death, and this is, I mean, he's not dancing a jig with his broken ankle. I mean, he took a very hard hit. He, she, they. It is a card of divine masculine. Okay. Yeah, can you give us a card on High Priestess, please? Wowie. The World. Last card in the Major Arcana. On to the next phase, the next round. You go back to Fool, the journey begins again. But this is sort of the end of the journey in some way. And stepping through into something completely new. Or at the very least, another cycle. And I liked somebody describe something like, you know, if you go around in a circle like this and you're trying to sort of retrace the exact route, you're always a little bit off. You know, so it ends up really being a spiral more than just repeating this exact same route. You're at a slightly different, I don't know what the mathematical thing I'm thinking about is, but that's the idea. I mean, even when you go back to the beginning, it's not the same, but you've advanced, you've leveled up. Maybe that's how I could say it. You've leveled up. So this High Priestess energy, this ability to be a visionary, you know, puts you in a brand new place. Puts somebody in a brand new place. And it's right next to this guy who is, you know, kind of sweeping their way for, you know, with this cane, this saber. That's what it's called, the lightsaber. Sorry, it finally arrived in my brain, the popular culture. So tell us about this lightsaber person. It's 7 of Pentacles, which isn't really what I would expect, but it means what you invest in, what you grow. What have you grown? What have you invested? It's something that takes time. you know, and it's something that doesn't happen in your head. It's the, you know, I don't want to say byproduct, but it's something that comes out of things that you think about or feel. You're able to sort of put them into action, and the action here is tending the crop. It's a card of an analysis. What do I have here? How do I grow this? What sustains me? Let's see, Six of Cups, please. Connective energy. Oh, presence. Sacred presence, holy ground. Talk to us. Oh my goodness. It's just so eloquent. I can hardly stand it. We got the Three of Swords I was referring to before. Four of Swords is the healing of this. It's a broken heart. But it's sword energy. It's not exactly feelings. It might be the memory of it. Your takeaway or something like that. But in any case, the big news, because this is major arcana, minor arcana, the heavy hitter is Star. Aquarius, card of Aquarius, and ultimate healing. It's wishes granted. It's you know, finding your place. It's being guided to the place. You know, which reminds me of being guided to the place by means of a lightsaber, for real? It leads you to Star? So, if there was it's all clarifying Six of Cups, right? There's the card of connection and soulmate and so forth. There's the card of the broken heart, the separation, and there's the card of healing it. Smack dab in the middle, smack dab. I wonder where that expression came from. Smack dab. There it is, in the sort of in the what somebody called the beating heart of the reading. It's right in the middle. Okay, working backwards, clarifying. Now the Nymph of Swords, Page of Swords. The study, the lesson, the learning how to do something. It's also a card of like spying to get information, but a Page of Pentacles. So they're both pages, they're both cards of beginning. Page of Swords is a message. This is like a bit more tangible than that, because it's Pentacles. It's like a solid offer, a little offer, but a solid offer. And it clarifies the Page of Swords, Nymph of Swords, this understanding, this, you know, shining the light on something. She also has all of the swords here look like lightsabers. I like that. Because a sword is about illumination and understanding. It just is. Six of Pentacles, please. Balanced pentacle energy, giving and receiving. That thing it is blessed to give. It's also blessed to receive. Four of Wands. This is sort of the same idea. It speaks to balance, stability, you know, a structure that can support sort of this place where we come together with, you know, with a soulmate, basically, with those dear to us. It's a card of accord and balance and home. On Six of Pentacles, I mean, I keep saying heaven on earth, and I think that gets a little old, but there's something of that in there. That right in that earth energy of our real daily lives, we can learn and study on and better. I mean, what more do we want to learn about than this sort of building block of this kind of structure? And sometimes it indicates a move, you know, that it can indicate a literal new place. So on the Five of Cups, that's sort of a telling one, because that's the springboard sadness for everything else that looks pretty snazzy, except for maybe the Ten of Swords on the Emperor there. Oh, I didn't pull. Well, that's okay. We have the Knight of Pentacles. So the movement out of Five of Cups into all this good stuff is not quick, but it's real. It goes one foot in front of the other. That's how we get out of it. And maybe also by being grounded. That sort of earth energy, literally grounded. You know, and there's sort of the proposal, can we work with this? Because pages come and deliver some sort of message. And Page of Swords would be like a verbal message, I mean, text or, you know, phone call, or that's one way of looking at it. Whereas this is more like, I'm showing up to say, you know, I'm kicking this in. And it looks like kicking it into something very important. Four of Wands, Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles means somebody else is kicking in the reciprocal energy. You know, you're not offering it into the void and nothing's coming back. It's not that. Okay, and I didn't clarify the Queen and Spirit of Cups, the kind of power couple. So let's do, and neither did I directly on top of it clarify the Two of Swords. So we'll do that. King and Queen, or Spirit and Queen of Cups. Power couple. Queen of Cups. I mean, you know, is tarot random? Yeah, in a way. But somehow there's a place where, you know, a kind of quantum field where things are connected. They just are. You know, is it a fluke? Is it a whatever? Well, here she is. Clarifying the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups. Yeah. Okay, Two of Swords, please. Just give us one more. Okay. Ace of Pentacles. Again, I mean, we just keep seeing this sort of theme, pairing up swords and pentacles. So here we have Two of Swords, the decision, the finding your way. Page of Swords. The little investigative, what's going on here, energy. Page of Pentacles. Here's this offer. And there it is again, Ace of Pentacles. So it's sort of like, this is not all up in the head. It's sort of like, it travels from the head down to, you know, out through your fingertips. It's Yeah, I'm just putting these back in the right order. It doesn't stay up in the ether. Doesn't stay up in the ether. You know, it bears fruit. It bears fruit. So whatever the injury was, and it looks like it wasn't nothing. Might have been a betrayal. Might have been somebody, you know, seriously challenging your position. It might be the end, you know, something that is over for you, that hurt you, but you're healing from it, because there's an awful lot of that energy in here. I'm going to get one more on that Ten of Swords, just to see the, you know, can you tell us anything more about the painful ending? It was a broken heart. It was a loss. Ooh, no wonder. Five of Swords. That's painful. That's division. It's divisiveness. It's victory at all costs. It's something that definitely has two sides. You know, there's the victor and the guy who's sort of disappearing into the background, leaving the field. And the victor looks very, I'm sorry, I'm probably holding it too close. The victor looks very sort of haughty. And he's hanging on to the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords. So something was afoot. And it sort of does look like a betrayal, right? And I don't know what the nature of that kind of broken ankle. This almost looks like somebody broke your ankle. You know, it has a little bit of that. But the preponderance of the cards are wonderful. I mean, they are. The major arcana of healing, of manifestation, of healing. And of transformation, perhaps of the two people. That power couple, Spirit of Cups, Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups twice. I just want to get, I know it's like, I'm really curious about what's the significance of the two Queens of Cups, Suze? Okay, we got to repeat again, the Two of Swords. I'm just trying to locate it on the deck. There it is. It was Two of Swords clarified by Ace of Pentacles. And now it's clarifying the two Queens. Which doesn't make it any clearer to me. It might be literally a decision between two Queens. Two matches for this Spirit of Cups. The need for a choice. It might even be like the decision has been made to dance with the broken ankle. You're at a crossroads of some kind. And it may be between, you know, literally like, do I heal the heartbreak and enter into this kind of energy of accord and love and trust and I see you, you see me, or do I live in this? The place of pain, the place of betrayal, the place of let's fight. winner takes all kind of thing. And this is sort of a card of like, you know, this is my kingdom. I have, it's a card of control. And I shouldn't keep going because I don't understand, but I sort of have to, You know, Page of Swords, I need more information. Knight of Wands, fast-moving, fiery energy, youthful, sometimes reckless. Can be an energy that goes in and out, in and out. You know, that skedaddles when the going gets tough. Can be that. Can also just be inspirational, fiery energy. It's in the same element as Emperor, Monarch. This is Aries, fire energy. This is fire energy. And I just got the image of like the monarch, the emperor, sending out this knight, this messenger, not of peace. You know, he's bearing a wand. He's bearing a purposeful, like a directive. It often wands mean direction, but it seems to me he's like kiboshing this kind of, you know, no more. I'm sending out the emissary in my energy to say, you know, stop it. Stop it. You know, we're not manifesting pain anymore. We're manifesting the healing. We're manifesting the transformation. It's sort of like beating your swords into plowshares or whatever, into plowshares. You know, using the thing to grow something rather than to fight and take each other down. That's not what we're here to do. We're here to do this. You know, live in accord, heal ourselves, be in the place where we belong, that we're drawn to. And yes, there's heartache. You dance with the broken ankle. You enter into relationship. You know, Anne Lamott was talking about, the quote I read at the beginning, the broken heart is like a broken ankle. So this is probably what I'll call it. It's like get up and dance. Get up and dance. You know, as soon as you can put any weight on that ankle, learn how to dance with a limp. Just do. It's almost more joyful. It's braver. Thank you guys. Like and subscribe, please. It would help the channel. And meanwhile, peace out.